Hello, and welcome to Kindred Path. I'll just be doing a collective reading. And because it is a collective reading, not everything that may come up in the cards will resonate with you. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Alright, welcome, and let's begin. I'll give the name of each of the decks I'm using. I'll also put them in the description as well, with links if you'd like to purchase any of them for your own collection. Or, just as a curiosity, because that's okay too. Alright. Sorry, I have a little bit of a puppy intermission. This will happen from time to time. They're my family, so I'll take care of them. Let's get back to this. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know? What is in the highest good of the collective? Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, Queen of Pentacles. Some very beautiful energy on the board already. The Wheel of Fortune talks about turning seasons, changing a season of plenty, moving from a season of lack, or a season of lack, moving from a season of plenty. I always think about it like a time of reaping or a time of sowing. And Tower. So you've got three major arcana and Queen on the board. There's a lot of stuff going on. And now we've got a King on the board. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which talks about the changing of a season or the ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. That kind of like liminal space between when one cycle is ending and another is beginning. It's directly followed by the Lovers, which is usually a card about making internal choices or making a choice for ourselves. Could be integrating your masculine and your feminine. It could be love coming into your life. This more feels like finding balance internally, allowing your feminine to be the creative inspiration, and then your masculine energy to be the driving force behind going to get what you want to get. And we both have masculine and feminine energy. It's not a gender thing, it's just the way the energy moves. Think of masculine as like forward moving, and feminine is like embracing. Or you could think about it like this, a sword and a cup. One is enacted through will, and the other is enacted through creation. Yeah, something like that. One dreams, one acts. And the Queen of Pentacles is talking about material, prosperity. So I'm feeling like for a lot of the collective, there's this shift from like maybe a season of lack or a season of quiet solitude that's moving into now a season of like building momentum, bringing to fruition something that was like a seed that was planted during this quiet season that you're just coming out of. I don't necessarily want to call it a season of lack, but it's definitely like a season of like retiring from the world. I mean, we are just exiting winter and entering spring, so that energy is really concurrent. I always think of winter as like the womb space, and spring is like the birthing. So we're definitely in that kind of energy right now, seasonally. And this is talking about, I see there's something about, just the red and the blue in the card is really picking up for me. And so like red, I'll always think of as like heart-centered passion, and then blue, I always think more of like intellect, clarity, things like that. And then you've got this green and the Queen of Pentacles that really talks about bringing it into physical. So it's moving from the heart space and the intellect into more physical grounding. Clearly she's looking at it like a tree in that card. So this is talking about, I feel like this is talking about legacy. So So a lot of you are moving into this space where you're really ready to start like making pivotal movements toward building a legacy that's real and grounded in 3D or 5D across all Ds. Just kidding. A little levity. There is a tower here, but this tower is like, this is the death of the false narratives, the false perceptions that were like largely holding you back during your time of kind of quietude, your solitude, your monk phase you just exited. My beautiful collective. Yeah, this talks about like the fall of a lot of false ego, that chaotic inner voice that is your worst enemy, the I can't do it, or I'm a failure, or I'm an imposter, nobody really cares. If I didn't wear this mask, people wouldn't actually like who I am underneath. Really? Some pretty difficult energy, but good thing is, this tower moment that you're having, it's not preventing you from building your actual physical legacy. It's falling away as you take the steps to build your physical legacy. So it's not the tower moment in the concept of it destroys your world. This is the tower moment in the concept of all of those false narratives that you've been feeding yourself for years that have been preventing your forward movement and your growth. They're falling away with every positive step you take forward. It doesn't have to be big leap or bound. It's just a step. It's one promise you've kept to yourself today, or tomorrow, or the day after. Each step forward is going to be a win for you. It might be a collective. And that's wonderful energy. I like it. Yeah, and then you got the King of Swords, who is kind of like gleaning the truth from the lies. Again, it's this energy of, okay, I see now. I see all the ways I held myself back. I see all the ways I let my fears control me. I kept myself small. I see all the ways I didn't show up. This is kind of like a self-accountability, but in a healthy way. This is not the King of Swords in reverse. This is the King of Swords upright. So this is like a logical retrospective that you're taking about you're like shedding skin that doesn't belong with you anymore. But instead of the shedding of the skin that took place in 2025, this is like the intellectual, all the little intellectual prisons and cloistered little rooms and upside down staircases that we build in our head. All little places our ego likes to hide and whisper how much of a failure that we are. You're starting to clear those out. It's good. It's very good. Let's see what we have next. The Hierophant. So a lot of you are really getting like spiritually aligned. Not necessarily like religious though. For some of you it's definitely religion. It's definitely some kind of like structured, almost family health practice. So for some of you it's going to be a lot of like family tradition that's kind of giving you the strength and paving the way. For others it's going to be a path that is obscure, esoteric even, something that you've never really experienced or touched before, but you're going to find it. Yeah, you're going to find it somehow. You're going to stumble across it, and it's going to really open doors for you. It's going to start opening doors for you. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of root, like sacral chakra, and then also crown chakra. So there's a lot of that, like your sense of self in the world, like your foundational being, your sense of home and place, meeting with your sense of that infinite part of you that is in touch with the cosmos. It's kind of like a marrying of those two energies. As above, so below. As within, so without. It's really wonderful energy. There's also blue here, so throat chakra, a lot of speaking of your truth, with this kind of whatever the spiritual practice is going to be that you're reaching into. There's going to be a lot of speaking of your truth. And, you know, it doesn't stand out too strong in this. There is some, but it's not super strong, is your yellow. So that would be like your ego center, your I am because I am center. But I feel like your sacral and your crown and your throat chakra and even some of your heart chakra are really going to be kind of like blossoming, and that's going to bring more of a steady balance to it all. Like they're really going to be kind of like helping to bolster a healthy seat of self. Yeah, your sacral, your root, your crown, your throat, and your heart chakra. Because there's a lot of muddying in like the solar chakra, the solar plexus, like the yellow. It's like muddied here in the background. You can't really see it, but it's kind of like a filthy muddy color. Like all the colors kind of are blended in this like muted palette in the background. Interesting. Oh, we've got a Queen of Swords. So now we've got a royal pair on the board. So we've got two intellects. Again, for some of you, this is your masculine and your feminine coming forward with truth and like being very firm in that truth. And for some of you, it's an intellectual match. It's somebody who, like, their energy and what they're pursuing, what they're bringing to the table is in alignment with yours. And it's great because, like, both of you are able to connect in a way that's, like, really, it's really grounded in truth. It starts with intellect, though. It starts with kind of a meeting of the minds. Yeah, there we go. That would be the energy. It's a meeting of the minds that kind of becomes like a safe place. And it's weird because both the king and the queen are sitting on either side of the Hierophant, so this is kind of like an intellectual marriage. Oh my. My collective has some very interesting things in store. What a beautiful thing, though, like a merging of intellect and truth. It's a proper union, and the Hierophant is presiding over it all, so it's also a spiritually aligned union. I mean, hey, I think, don't we all want something like that? Don't we all want something? And it's sitting under the Lovers. Okay, well, okay. Some of you have some very beautiful energy coming in your life. Let's see what else is coming through. Strength. Alright. This is where we got our sacral, our root, our solar plexus, our truth, and our heart. All vying for dominance here. That's always what I get from this card. And it's like really... yeah, so what I'm seeing and feeling here is that, like, whatever this is, it maybe started as something very physical or very root chakra based. That kind of like primal, sexual, sensual energy. And there's this like struggling with the opening, like the heart is opening. The heart's like, oh, hey, I'm a part of the party now. Woo! You never let me come out and play. And it's kind of like, no, this is just, it's just lust. And the heart's like, yeah, no, it's definitely not just, get out of the way. So you see they're struggling. It's like, no, I'm going to head choke you. It's just lust. It's just pokey. And the heart chakra's like, yeah, but no, it's not. There's so much more going on. Get out of my way. I just really love the energy of this card for this reading. It's talking about this need for like, oh, okay. There's this want to like keep everything at the level of just connection, just physical. There's not more than that because it's safe. Like, I don't know if you can see, but like the skeletons all have eye holes. This skeleton's eye holes are like squinched closed because he's so involved in trying to hold back this opening heart. And it's weird because I don't know if you can see color-wise, but yeah, so green serpent with blue feathers and orange feathers. So that's your heart, your throat, and your sacral. So your emotional body, your connective body, and your voice, your truth. And what's trying to hold it back? Your root chakra, which in this case is very much no, your root and your ego. Your ego's like, yeah, no, fuck him up. And your lust is like, no, this is just physical. We're only doing the physical thing here. You can keep telling yourself that, my beautiful collective. Keep telling yourself that. There's a place when you like stop trying to control and stop trying to define it and you just allow it. There's a place where all of that becomes balanced. And when it becomes balanced, there's no need for struggle. You realize that the only thing you've been struggling against this whole time is you. And that's painful to fight against yourself. It can be scary. You have your eyes close to the truth right now, is what I'm feeling. And it's taking its toll. It's taking its toll. That's okay. Hey, we all do it. There's no judgment here. Just, well, I mean, the judgment hasn't come out on the board yet. But I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to read the energy. And what I'm getting from this card is that there is a denial about your heart space. You're trying to deny your heart space. You're trying to use, some of you are trying to keep something that is much deeper. Like just try to maintain the facade that it's just physical. Because your ego is like, we don't have space for the rest of it. But your heart's coming through and saying, whether you want me or not, I'm here now and we're gonna dance, baby. We're gonna dance. You've got your Knight of Swords coming through. The Knight of Swords is like really quick moving energy, so some of you really want to move quickly on something. But in this card, what I really feel coming through is that a lot of you are wanting to move quickly away to avoid that having to tell the truth. Like you're willing to swallow the sword so you don't have to speak the truth. You're like, just go ahead and let me get like distracted by something else already so I don't have to face what I'm feeling. It's not really going to work out well for you. You know. See how you're being swallowed up by the bushes? And I mean, that is your limit. You move so quickly sometimes that you don't give yourself the full time to recognize everything that could actually be jeopardized, could be lost, could be won. It's not a you can't see the forest through the trees kind of thing. It's a you'd rather just burn the forest down and forget about the trees so you could get to the castle already kind of energy. But if you don't have the forest or the trees, how are you going to feed all the citizens of the castle? You have a bunch of burnt land. And while that can be good for crops, it's going to take a really long time to replenish all that. Don't be in such a rush. Your forward impetus is really great for accomplishing things, but not if you don't even know what it is you're trying to accomplish. This isn't the energy on this card of accomplishment. This is the energy of, I want distraction. I want to go for something new. Something shiny, something bold, so I don't have to think or feel or talk about what's really going on. I want to be distracted already with the next new thing, like a project or some new goal. You're trying to run towards something in order to avoid facing something. That's the energy on that card. Seven of Wands, but something's happening though. You can't really do it because even if you're trying to move towards something else, you can't let go of what you're trying to run from. It's not going anywhere. It's rooted. It's the Seven of Wands, and it's almost like, yeah, you want to let it go, but you can't because it's there. It's brooding. Very broody energy on this card. And it's like brooding, but like, it's so foundational. You like, even if you wanted to let it go, even if you tried to cut these cords, you can't. Every time you try to cut the cord, it just wraps around. Because you're not meant to cut the cord. Like, you think you're cutting the cord to like cut off old growth and just get onto something new, but it's actually growing from a place of like your inner truth in your heart space. Again, it's just the colors I'm being drawn to. And like then you're up here in your red energy, your root energy, where you think you could just be like, oh, well, yeah, it was fun and I liked it. But your root energy is like, oh, no, see, I think we're agreeing with the heart now. I think it's a lot more than that. There's something really foundational here that you're trying not to see. And again, every time you try to cut the cords, really the cords are just, they're not even cords, they're like, it's like when you're trying to pull out like a willow or something, and you're facing the harsh reality that a willow will grow where it wants to root, and there's not really much you can do about it. So whatever's here is taking root, will continue to take root, cannot be avoided, you cannot get rid of it. Even if you think you're getting rid of it, it's really just staying there. It's staying there, and you're just trying to play a really good game of ignoring it. Why? It seems like so much energy to give to something so painful. Why would you do that to you? And you're the King of Cups. You don't have to do that. You're allowed to feel. In the collective, you're allowed to feel. I know it's scary, vulnerability is scary, but it's also strength. Vulnerability is actually really strong. It's a beautiful thing when you can live in your truth and know that no matter what happens, because you've been honest and moved in alignment with yourself, no matter what the outcome is, again, no matter how the cards may fall, you've moved in alignment with your truth. And at the end of the day, that's all you can really do. The King of Cups doesn't worry about the waves or the troughs, because he knows everything changes. Everything's cyclical. Sometimes there'll be good waves. Sometimes there'll be a lull at sea. But you're filling your own cup because you're in alignment with your own truth. And that's never a bad thing. He's drinking from his own cup. Do you know why? Because he's not denying himself. Because he's showing up. He's drinking from that cup of love. He's feeding himself with it. Because he's loving himself. Your masculine deeply wants you to embrace it and to nourish it and to trust that no matter what happens, you'll be safe. You're safe inside yourself. You're safe with yourself. Your masculine energy wants to take care of you. There's a call for some of you who are fighting vulnerability to allow yourselves to be open to receiving love, as well as allowing yourselves to be open to communicating your needs and what you need and what you desire, and not necessarily expecting other people to fulfill those, because that's not self-love. Self-love is where you're honest with you about what you need, honest with you about what you desire, and in so doing, you free yourself from needing external fulfillment, and you start drinking from your own cup. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It really is. It's very hard too. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's an easy thing to do. It's extremely difficult to really be honest with oneself about what they want. But you should, because your inner masculine is asking you, hey, I'm here, I'm listening. Tell me what you need. Let me help. Let me give you what you need. Oh, your inner masculine is risen, your inner feminine. I like it. I like it for you. I love the energy for you. I love that energy. That's good energy. Let's see. What else? I'm gonna get some more clarifiers out with our other deck. One more card. What's in the highest good for the collective? Like, honestly, this spread is just making me smile for you guys. You've got the Five of Wands. So, again, you have this spark going on inside of you. And it's kind of like, it's either the spark that could burn down the forest, or it's the spark that could light the way to the castle. It just all depends on how you're choosing to use it, baby. Like, you don't need to burn the forest to get to the castle. You could light the lantern and make your way through the woods. You could allow your inner truth to guide you, or you could set everything ablaze and burn it all down. And one way you get to the castle and you have a legacy. One way you get to the castle and everybody's like, why did you burn down the forest? What are we gonna do? No, what are we gonna do? You burnt everything down because you didn't want to have to just take the walk. It's not funny, but it is kind of funny. Like, don't do that. Don't do that to you. Don't do that to you. You don't need to burn everything. It's not a slash and burn crusade. We don't need to do that. History has proven that it might be a good way to like win the battle, but it is not the right way to win the war. Not the right way to win the war. Those are some extreme measures to take when you could simply just light the lantern and make your way through. You know? Just have a nice leisurely stroll and get to know yourself. Don't burn the forest. Don't burn the forest. Let that light of inspiration be what guides you forward. We're not playing with matches here by the forest edge. Let's not do that. It's not as fun as it seems. You don't want to burn the legacy down before you've even built it. Some bridges are good for burning. This is not a situation where we're burning bridges. This is a situation where you want to burn it because you don't want to face it. But you should face it, really, because facing it will empower you. Facing it is what brings you to that place where you're able to continue building that legacy. It's like the next plateau. It's like if you're working out and you hit that plateau where like you're not seeing the gains anymore, fellas or ladies, whoever I'm talking to in my collective. You gotta, sometimes you're like, I need to push through my plateau. This is more like, not only will I not push through my plateau, I'm gonna quit the gym and blame the gym for me getting a plateau, and then just go back to, what I was doing before, which wasn't loving me, wasn't honoring me, is totally not useful in any way to like promote my health or like my further well-being. That's illogical. There's no reason for that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that this year. We're just not doing it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright. Now we're gonna whip out the Wild Unknown Tarot. Maybe get some clarifiers. Maybe some clarifiers. Do we need to clarify anything here? I mean, I think I pretty good read here. Let's clarify. Yeah. Let's clarify this King of Swords, Hierophant, and Queen of Swords. So we've got the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. Somebody's been sneaky peeking. Trying to chase down a truth. Trying to ferret out, or, I don't know. What do they call it when they have owls? Like, when they have like a falcon hunt. There's almost the energy there, except instead of a falcon, it's an owl. I mean, he's like carrying a big sword too, so there's that. Yeah, you're like trying to ferret out a truth, but you've been peeking. A lot of peeking. There's a lot of heavy energy here of like watching, because you're trying to figure it out. What are you watching? That's that King of Swords energy I'm watching. And then you got the Page of Wands, which is like, again, that light, that fire, that passionate drive. But it's like, coupled with this, the Page of Swords, this is very much like something's caught your eye and you have been watching stealthily. Whatever's caught your eye. Like to the point, I don't want to call it like addiction, but it definitely takes up a good amount of your mental space and your time. And it feels like it's someone you've already connected with. It is this intellectual, divine pair, because this is the King of Swords, Hierophant, Queen of Swords energy that I asked for clarification on. Yeah, so it's like baby got a taste and baby can't forget about the taste. Like, what did I say to a friend the other day? Once you've been to Neverland, you don't want to just get back on the swing set. Like, the swing set's nice, but you can't forget Neverland. Strange attractors, anyone? Strange attractors. That's what's going on here. Yeah, definitely. Could just be from the ring light, but I close my eyes and I see two rings like merging. That's a lot of cards. Yeah, that's a lot of cards. Alright, let's see. What about the Tower and Strength? Let's get the clarifier for the Tower to the Strength card. Oh. Yeah, see, it's this feeling of lack. It's this, I don't deserve it. Nobody could love me. Like, I'm not lovable. It's that internal monologue or internal dialogue that, like, it's very tender. As much as it hurts you, it also is like what you've built to protect yourself from ever being hurt again. But it's not a very healthy way to do that because you're just repeating your wound. It's like it's like if you got a wound and instead of letting it heal, you keep picking at it to remind yourself to never let yourself get wounded again. Like you keep ripping your own heart open to remind yourself to never trust anyone with it again. You're like, nobody can have it if it's still wounded. But this applies like across the board because you've started like enacting this kind of like ritualistic self evisceration to protect yourself from anybody else being able to do it. It's carried over into all kinds of other parts of your life. Because it all starts with the heart, right? It all starts with that sense of self-worth and self-love and safety. And now it's carried over to other parts. But you're working through it. So there's that. That's a really beautiful energy. I can feel the energy of you saying, this doesn't serve me anymore and I'm going to let it go. I'm going to work through it. And it's hard work. It's not easy. But you also understand that you have to do it because it's how you build your legacy. And it's like, this is the root of it, the Tower and the Strength. Like, you thought that keeping this wound bleeding was the way that you could protect yourself from ever bleeding again. It's kind of backwards reasoning, but I understand. I understand. Again, no judgment. I understand. Because if you don't ever let anybody get close enough to hurt you, you can't get hurt. And even though your heart might want it, you've done this process of like continually reminding yourself what happens when you love, what happens when you trust, what happens when you let someone in, what happens when you believe in the possibility of something. It's like you're not allowed to hope. And any moment you start to feel the inkling of hope, you try to crush it down with logic, with pessimism, a realistic pessimist. Does that resonate for anyone in my collective? Life can be hard, but life is also beautiful. And if we never hope or aim to achieve anything, we'll never get any results. Don't let your fear lock you in a prison. It seems like you were, but now it seems like you're ready to tear the walls down. What's this? High Priestess. Yes, yes. I see. I see. Don't speak, but I see. That's that Queen of Swords. Seeing what's going on. She sees. Whoever this Queen of Swords energy is, sees. You want to know if she can see it, or they can see it, she sees it. She's not going to talk about it, though, because it's your path. It's your journey. Whoever the Queen of Swords energy is, male or female, I just say she because it's a Queen of Swords card, but it's the other energy that you've been connecting with them, like the other half of the divine pair. They see. There's no shame. Giving you space to figure it out. Because to step in and this kind of like soul alchemy would be almost kind of intrusive. There's a faith, though, watching, seeing your strength, knowing that that same strength that you've been using to keep yourself imprisoned is so powerful and could be pivotal in helping to free you. So it's not watching with judgment or watching you thinking like, really, it's like, I see you. I see you. And you're pretty freaking awesome. And I believe in you, but I'm going to let you figure it out. Because even if I tried to tell you, it's something you have to figure out for yourself. Even if I tried to tell you, you would need to figure it out for yourself. There's a gift coming, an Ace of Pentacles. This is something landing in your real world, like your financial well-being. But what I really get when I look at this card is kind of like a dream catcher. So some dream is going to be manifesting itself. It's going to be going from the energetic world, like the energetic realm, into your more physical realm. So it's coming, it's landing. It's like a core wish, a core dream. I see. It's really going to help you build that sense of like self-worth, the positive aspect of the ego, not the negative mask wearing, play the jester for everybody. And it's really going to help you find a sense of like ground and purpose in the real world. It's not money just for the sake of like being flashy. It's the kind of like foundational wealth and prosperity. You've worked really hard for it. And there might be almost this like I don't deserve it kind of energy, but you've worked really hard. You deserve it. That's why it's coming. Because you've put the work in now. You might be like, well, I've been putting the work in this whole time. No. Yes, but also no. Because you've been holding yourself prisoner with these ideas about how you don't really deserve it. But you're not doing that anymore. And so now you've freed up the energy to allow it to actually come to fruition in the real world. Good fucking work. Good work. Awesome. Good job. You did so good. You're so strong. Seriously. Not many people can claim that. Not many people get there. Most people stay stuck. But you did it. You did it. You allowed the crucible to happen. You're allowing the crucible to happen. Or you're just out of the... some of you are just coming out of that crucible moment. And you're putting in the work. And as you put in the work, one more of those false prisons that you built for yourself to protect yourself is falling away. And as that clears out, this comes in. Interesting. Okay. Anything else for the highest grade of the collective? Got your 9 of Pentacles. But it's in reverse. Which tells me there is a warning here. Ah, okay. So listen, a lot of beautiful, like, opportunities are about to land in your real life, but remember how I said in the 5 of Wands, you can either set the forest on fire to try to get to the castle, or you can light the lamp and make your way through. This Knight of Pentacles in reverse is very much talking about, like, financial irresponsibility, blowing it all. Like, some of you maybe have a tendency to spend frivolously, or spend your money, like, I guess the way I've always thought about it is, like, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Like, some of you have already spent your money before you even get it. Like, you're spending on the idea of money coming in, but you're not actually accounting for what you're... It's almost like speculation. And I, for one, am not somebody that thinks that speculation is a good idea, especially when it comes to financial matters. You could speculate when it comes to, you know, possibilities. But when it comes to actual financial planning, don't do that. We're not speculating here. Build with what you actually have and not so much what you think you're going to get. Like, I know people that have their entire lives on hold waiting for that big payout to come through. Live your life now. Do what you can with what you have for now. That way, if and when that big payout does come through, you can do something brand new with it. Needless to say, don't spend it frivolously. Don't spend money you don't actually have. Don't make promises. Don't burn through it. Don't let money or the promise of potential money burn a hole in your pocket. Only count the coins you actually have, and then be wise with them. Yeah, that's a real specific message for some of you, not all of you. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If I'm not talking to you or it doesn't fit, you don't have to try to make it fit, okay? For some of you, that's the thing. You like to spend. You like to go out and maybe make some frivolous purchase. Maybe you like to party. Maybe you like to drink. I'm feeling like it's more like, it's not so much like drugs and alcohol. It's more like clothes and jewelry, or like, yeah, no, clothes. I would even want to say maybe like eating out, but no, it's like clothes and jewelry. Like, some of you really like clothes and jewelry, which, hey, fine. Shiny things are fun. Just don't overspend. Don't overspend on it. Anything else for the collective? Eight of Cups. Some of you are going to have to walk away, go on a journey. Some of you are still in this energy of walking away and going on a journey. But it's more like walking away from like an environment or like a group. For some of you, it could be family related, or they're like very close, they feel like family. It might not actually be like blood family, it might be somebody or a group of people that you felt were your home for a really long time, and you're feeling like you have to walk away from that now because you're maybe realizing that you no longer fit there. Like maybe you've grown out of that situation, and there's some sadness about it because you really cherish a lot of the memories that you've made with this group of people. And it's not like they're bad people, there's something about the path that you're going to be taking. You can't stay in that situation anymore because it's not allowing you to grow and move. Like, energetically, there's something going on with this place that you're having to leave. It's blocking your forward movement and progress. And you're trying to resist having to leave. You don't want to leave because you do really love these people. And it does feel like a home. But you know that you have to. And it's not about right or wrong. It's not that they're wrong or that they're bad or anything. It's just not in alignment with you anymore. And it's going to be really hard to make the forward progress. That next step that you need to take is literally stepping away from this. Like, you're going to have to forge bravely your own future path. It doesn't mean you have to stop talking to them. There's something about the environment. You need to get out of that environment. It's literally like a physical place and an attachment to a group of people, but not like casual attachment. For some of you, this is these are people that you see every day, and sometimes it's not intentional. I don't feel like it's intentional energy on their part, but there's something about the dynamics of this environment that keeps you distracted from your purpose. Sometimes you choose to distract yourself with the dynamics of this environment, but sometimes you are distracted by the environment from what you need to be doing. Any more cards from this deck? Again, that's way too many. Okay. Seems to want to bring in a lot of cards. So we've got the Father of Swords, the Father of Wands, that's the King of Wands. Some of you are very charismatic and you get a lot of attention, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. King of Wands is a leader, he's a go-getter. He can move people with his charisma. He can inspire people to do things. He can call the attention of the crowd. This is all really great energy to use. Be very creative. It's that kind of energy of bringing things forward to fruition, creative new endeavors, charisma, sexual energy. A lot of you are really brimming with that. It is nice. It's not bad. You're the kind of, a lot of my collective is the kind of people you walk into a room and the room is just what? Hold on. You might not necessarily feel it, but I actually feel like most of you do feel it, and it makes you uncomfortable. You don't necessarily like the attention, but you can't help it. It's your energy. Energy don't lie. When you're a light and you walk into rooms, everybody sees your light. You can't hide it. You could try to hide it under a bushel, but you can't. There's a Two of Swords coming. So the King of Wands is trying to make a decision between two things. And instead of making a decision, you're sitting in the Hanged Man energy. You're saying, I'm not going to make a decision just yet. I'm just going to stand here. I'm going to withhold making a decision. But you're not doing it to avoid making the decision. You're doing it because you want to bring balance to something, to yourself. You don't want to make a decision in haste. You don't want to make a decision based on desire. You want to make a decision based from a place of like grounded truth. Yeah, see, you want to bring into balance all your different energies. There you go. It's like the alchemy. It's very much balancing your emotional body with your energy body and your mental body. And it's sad though, like you're really afraid. This Five of Cups is coming out to talk about like that fear that you have about loss. So we have a Five of Pentacles, a Five of Cups, and a Five of Wands. 555. There's no change happening for you. This one talks about like the Five of Cups is you just emotionally you feel like pretty run out, pretty not empty but unstable, not safe. You don't feel emotionally like you have a ground, or that you have just enough ground, but you don't want to risk anything again. And this is really understandable energy. It's like that broken heart energy that I don't want to give my cup to anyone because people just, they empty it. They empty my cup and then they give me back an empty cup and go on about their business. And I'm tired of having an empty cup. Tired of it. I don't have any more energy to fill cups for people. I see. You know that's true. It's not your job to fill your cup for other people so that they can empty it and then go on about their merry way. It is, however, for you to fill and drink for yourself. And when you find someone who also is drinking from their own cup and filling their own cup, you can share cups. It can be really beautiful. You're not only a King of Wands, you're also a King of Pentacles. So this tells me that you actually already have like a fair amount of wealth. Maybe that's why you kind of can get a little stingy. Because you do you have really built yourself something here. You enjoy the finer things, but you also really cherish like family and home, which also tells me why you're maybe a little reluctant to leave the home that you've already built somewhere. And it doesn't feel like a romantic home. For some of you it might be, but it really feels more like a family, like you've built a home with people who feel like your family and you love them dearly. But you also recognize on some deeper level that it's not a place for you anymore, or that you have to leave so that you can start building something different, something real for yourself and the future that you want, for your legacy. You can't build the next foundation for the legacy you want where you're at, and you know you need to leave, and you're a little remorse to do so because you really love those people. You really love them, and they really love you. It's not like a toxic energy. It's just that you've outgrown the container. It's kind of bittersweet. But you are aware. Like, you're kind of really, you're very self-aware. I mean, you're coming to this reading, but you kind of already really know these answers. This is just validation. Really, for most of you, this is things you already know. You're just getting the word from the cards. The cards are just coming through to say, yeah, babe. Yeah. We're clocking you. You've got it. 100%. Are you picking up what we're putting down? Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna get a little rebellious. We're gonna read from the Rebel deck. This is the clean one. So fresh, so clean. I know I've already dropped the F-bomb. I'm not apologizing. But we'll go ahead and read from the clean deck. Just in case any little kings or queens want to watch this reading. If you guys see anything in the background, don't worry. I have visitors all times. At all times. Okay. Let's see. Let go of the grudge. You don't have to excuse or forget the actions, but forgiveness brings peace. Take back your power. There we go. So that's definitely sitting on that Five of Cups. The Five of Cups. Let go of the grudge. I'm maybe speaking about that Wheel of Fortune energy and the Tower energy. What else for my collective? For my other deck. Some of you are messy. It says pick up your crap. You want to be dirty? That's on you. But don't make others clean your junk. Listen. Part of being a King of Pentacles and like being in your power in a kind of like very home way is cleaning up after yourself. Come on now. Don't be a dirty Gertie. Clean up after you. Look, I don't care if you had a mom who cleaned up after you as a child or like a nice maid, but unless you're paying someone to do that for you now, and even then you really don't be a jerk about it. Like, clean up after yourself. Come on. A clean space is a clean mind, and a clean mind gets shit done. I don't know about you. I'm a creative person, so sometimes when I'm in my creative energy, things can get a little scattered, but I do not like my space to be like all full of stuff. Like, I really need it clean, because if it's not clean, I can't get my mental clean, and if my mental's not clean, things aren't happening. I'm just sitting there overwhelmed by everything all the time, and I'm frustrated because I can't find anything. I also have like sensory issues, so I don't like dirt. Like, I'll go out and play in the woods and enjoy myself. I'll go to the beach and roll on the sand and enjoy myself. But I don't like my environment where I like find my peace to be a filthy mess. I can't do it. I don't even like my clothes piling up. I'll maybe leave them for a little bit and I'll pick them up, put them away. Like, when I'm stressed, that's what I do. I clean. I stress clean. That's how I work through my issues. Stress clean. Oh, interesting. So we have a card that talks about the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It talks about don't be like super spendy. But here we have this card following up with that. Earn your own money, then buy what you want. So maybe that's talking about, yeah, like, again, make sure you have the money before you go out and spend it. Like, you can earn the money. You could do it. You have the ability to earn quite a bit. Like, you've got the necessary tools. Look, every single king is out on the board. So you've got your intellect, you've got your emotions. You just need to like let yourself, fully absorb those emotions. You've got your King of Wands, because apparently you're really charismatic, which is awesome. And also creative, plus. And you've got your King of Pentacles, which means that you actually are like pretty astute financially, or at least able to build something that's solid, which is also great. Those are good things. Over in that King energy. I like that for you. That masculine, getting it done energy is great. Even if you're a woman, that's that boss energy of like, yeah, I'm going to get that done. That's that queen. That's that, oh, this, I built it myself, thank you. Energy. And I love it for you, babes. This one says, ask an expert. Get insights, feedback, and instruction from a professional. You don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Yeah, I love learning new things. Honestly, I really do. That's like This may be how I get my dopamine fix. I like to learn new stuff. All kinds of random new things. I'm all over the place when it comes to that. Maybe like the one thing of mine that's outrageous is the number of tabs I have open at any given time. Because I'm like, ooh, that's an interesting idea. Since we have a lot of creators in this collective, dig that vibe. Let's open this. I also just really love this deck. I love this deck. Anything for my collective, for the highest good of my collective. Manifesting and doing. Isn't that beautiful? See, these are such beautiful cards. I love these ones. Manifesting and doing, baby. That is the name of the game for this cycle. Manifesting and doing. A little bit of both. I was always used to believe that, like, when you want something, you have to be willing to put the work in, and then the universe will meet you halfway. Or God, or, you know, whatever your faith is. You have to take the step, right? You take the step, you say what you want, and then you take the first step towards it, and then the second step towards it. And every dedicated step towards the thing you want, you know, show the universe you're serious about it. Let's see. Creator alchemy. What? Yay. I knew this was like, let's see, I know my collective. You guys are a bunch of creators. I love all that energy coming through. Soul on fire. Ooh, we got yellow, black. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's gorgeous for you. 59, 60, and 38. Okay. All right. I don't know if those numbers mean anything to any of you. Maybe they do. I was led to talk about the numbers. I don't usually even bother with that, but just really, yeah, such a beautiful, here, I'm going to show you all three together. Such a hot color combo. Even though, like, the last card doesn't really have a color, it's white. Here. There you go. Look at that. It's luscious. There we go. Okay, and do a wild offering and an alchemy of awareness. And sacred rebels. I was like trying not to, but it really wants to come out. Okay, for the collective. Already long. Thanks for sticking with me if you're still here. My readings go crazy long. This is part of the thing. This is why I'm not doing pick a pile. I'm just doing one collective reading bi-weekly. Health. It says, allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me being a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. Your body is your sacred form. It is the temple of your eternal soul. There you go. Always have compassion with yourself. Beating yourself up about things is never going to lead you anywhere. Ooh. Perfectionism. Oh my. I feel a little bit called out by this. A little bit called out by this. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. There's maybe another one of those things you're going to be releasing in your tower moment. There we go. Let's see. feelings. Oh, poignant, don't you think? A little poignant. Let's see. It's such a pretty card. Emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they no longer hold me captive. These are very big cards. I love the art on them though. So beautiful. This is the Sacred Rebels Oracle. It's a beautiful deck. And it comes with like a lot of really wonderful practices. The first 4 cards were upside down. Alright, defend to the end the worthwhile. That would be you, beloved. Defend to the end the worthwhile. That's your truth, your heart, your inner wisdom, your calling, everything that is you, that is sacred, is you. Is there anything else in this pile? For the collective? Anything else in this pile for my collective? Beyond the mind, the heart beats. And come to life with you. So much to embody. What beautiful energy. Sacred rebels that we are. Thank you so much, collective, for being here. I hope that this reading resonated with you. Take what did and just leave the rest. Maybe there's a message that will resonate later. You'll know. If it dances with your soul, then it's a good thing. And if you feel like you'd like to go deeper or get some more specifics on your particular situation or whatever might be going on in your life, a more specialized energy reading, that's something that we can get into together, more deeper, more deeply. The links for private readings will be below. You don't have to, by all means. I'm just happy if you showed up for the collective reading. I hope it helps you in your journey, and if you like it, please subscribe. I can do live once I get to 50 subscribers. That'll be great. We can all just hang out together, and I can pull cards, and you guys can get to know my personality, which is interesting to say the least. Yeah. So, have a wonderful night, or a wonderful morning. And I will see you guys later. Make every day sacred.